Welcome back to the Kaspa Silver YouTube channel. In today's video, we're going to be covering some news topics for Kaspa that have happened over the past few weeks. So let's go ahead and get right into it and look at some CAS market stats. So right now, Kaspa is currently sitting at 16 cents. It's pretty much been flat here for the past week, just stuck in this 16 to 15 cent area. The current volume is still over $100 million, sitting at 111 million in the last 24 hours. And the market cap currently is at 3.94 billion, which puts us at a current ranking of number 22. The current supply of Kaspa is sitting at 24.4 billion, with that equaling to 85.12% mined. Our current hash rate is sitting at 785 petahashes, with the highest hash rate now being 829 petahashes, which is absolutely insane. And at this rate, I could pretty much confidently say that we're going to be hitting 1 exahash before the end of the year, because if it just continues at this rate, we're going to pretty much hit that in like the next month or so. So the current reward per block for Kaspa is sitting at 92 Kaspa. The next reward will be 87 Kaspa. And the next reduction is going to happen in 22 days. And the current active addresses is back over 400,000, sitting at 406,704 active addresses. And that is basically just calculating addresses that have over 1 Kaspa. And then if we go into our top addresses over here, we could see that the numbers up here have been decreasing. The top 10 is now under 15%. The top 100 addresses is closely getting to under 30% of them holding the supply. The top 1,000 addresses still own about 54% of the supply. If we're looking at the address distribution, you could just see that a lot of people have continued to add Kaspa a lot. And there's actually been, in the last hour, one whale that has been lost. In the last 24 hours, we have 2 of them that have been lost. In the last 7 days, there has been a humpback that has been lost. And usually all the humpbacks have mainly just been exchanges. And if I just check this to only display addresses with balance changes, you could see that Gate.io has lost about 2 million Kaspa in the last 24 hours. And BitGet has lost some Kaspa, KuCoin has lost some Kaspa, and MEXC has lost about 28.5 million Kaspa. So looks like a lot of people are taking Kaspa off exchanges, which is really good to continuously get Kaspa off exchanges and make the supply of Kaspa more distributed to people. If we're looking at the inactive supply, you can see here that in the last 3 months, 62.65% of Kaspa has still not moved at all, and this is down from the peak of about 65.89%. But this also kind of tells us that if people are moving Kaspa, it's pretty much the people who have just recently acquired Kaspa, because if we go to the 6-month chart, this is just hitting new all-time highs right now. Currently 45% of the supply has not moved in over the last 6 months. We're looking at 1 year, it's the same thing. 22% of the supply has not moved in the past year, hitting new all-time highs. And also with the last 2 years, almost approaching 6% of the supply has not moved in the last 2 years. So people who are moving their Kaspa are pretty much the people who have recently acquired Kaspa. So it does really show that a lot of people are really holding on to their Kaspa, as they believe that Kaspa has really good long-term value. Let's get into some updates here on tier 1 exchange listings. So if you don't already know, Binance recently launched a pool that will now allow you to mine Kaspa. And so they said here, Binance Pool launches the Kaspa mining pool. Enjoy 0 fees with Kaspa mining, and you could find out more on their website. And I have heard that supposedly if you're in the US, you can't even use this pool because you do need to make an account and everything. But I am trying to figure out what is their address that they're doing their payouts in, because then that can possibly tell us which address is the Binance address. I have not seen anyone publicly post this, and I'm pretty sure not too many people have even switched to mining on this pool, since you do have to make an account from what I hear. But Woofy down here, which is the main person that's been behind integrating Kaspa on exchanges and just getting Kaspa adopted within different companies and stuff like that, He says here, thanks Binance, pleasure working with you to integrate CAS, the breakthrough crypto of the 2020s, Kaspa cryptocurrency. And also, he did want to mention here that some other people that have been behind in integrating Kaspa for mining were Rob and Coder of Stuff, that have been behind trying to get Kaspa integrated with Binance. So now Binance has a futures listing for Kaspa. They are now have a pool for Kaspa mining. So all that's pretty much left now is to list Kaspa on the spot market. So this pretty much tells us that they are slowly trying to add full support for Kaspa, and in my opinion, they're just probably still trying to acquire a lot more liquidity in anticipation for a lot of demand for Kaspa. Another update on tier 1 exchange listing is Kraken has finally put Kaspa on their roadmap of listings. So we are guaranteed probably going to get listed on Kaspa. I know they also say on this website that any crypto assets that are on here does not guarantee a listing, but I mean, come on, it's been on futures listing for the longest now, and now they decide to put it on their listings roadmap. So they're for sure looking into Kaspa, and hopefully we do see that soon, because that will now bring a good exchange for US investors. I know we have Uphold, but Uphold just does not have the best kind of fees, and I believe Kraken will be a lot better for US investors. Over here, we have crypto.com saying the one crypto that's going to reach boss level, and Wolfie over here says, DM me to integrate Kaspa currency or send an email to this email address so that they can integrate Kaspa. So Wolfie has recently been reaching out to these exchanges in their comments and kind of just continuously asking them to please reach out to them if they want to list Kaspa. And I'm pretty sure that crypto.com does have their eyes on Kaspa. And if we look at something like Tau that was recently listed on crypto.com, they also got listed on Binance at pretty much the same time. So this might mean that if Binance lists Kaspa, crypto.com may be one of those to pretty much follow after Binance. And crypto.com is also a really good exchange for US investors. And I would love to see Kaspa on there, so that I do not have to use any more swaps anymore or use any sketchy exchanges to acquire more Kaspa. CMine has announced a collaboration with Funding Kaspa. So to celebrate, we are offering a bonus 10 gigahash towards your first cloud mining investment for the CAS community. CMine is a crypto mining service that's been operating since 2020, and it looks like they're just basically like a cloud mining company. So if you're interested in doing some cloud mining with this company, they can now give you a bonus of 10 gigahash. And also there's a promo code called Kaspa Funding that will give you, I guess, some percentage off your order with them. And it's just nice to see that Kaspa Funding is continuously trying to get Kaspa integrated with different corporations. Over here, we have Kaspa for the first time ever, I believe, in the US being mentioned on national live TV. And this was by Hawk Crypto Mining. And I want to go ahead and show you the clip of him slightly mentioning Kaspa. Let's go ahead and take a listen.
It's a store. It's more, Bitcoin's more of a store of value at this point versus a peer-to-peer transaction. Bitcoin gave birth to other projects that helped incentivize peer-to-peer transactions, projects like Litecoin, Kaspa. There's a bunch of other projects that have come on and says, okay, well, Bitcoin takes 10 minutes to transact, right? That's a block time for Bitcoin. So it takes about 10 minutes to process the block every 10 minutes. That's a block of transactions. It goes in blocks, hence the word blockchain, right? There's been new technology developed that could do 20, 30, 40,000 transactions per second. That is, you're talking the development just in the current field already has been light years ahead from when Bitcoin started in 2009. And hey, you know, the big banks and everybody got upset about Bitcoin. They got upset. Oh, what is this digital trash? What is this? What is this? Hey, it's your fault that it was created, because in 2008, you crashed the economy, you ruined people's lives, and you forced good people into a corner, and they created something that you can no longer control. And I don't care how much money you have. I don't care how much computational power you have. The network is not designed to be controlled. So I think now with politicians and people in different generations, they know, they're educating themselves, they're jumping on the train. And I think if we get behind it as a country, we will lead the world once again in the next technological revolution.
And I really agree with him there on the last point that if the US does get behind the adoption of crypto and just in general, we can lead the next innovation and technology, which is cryptocurrency. I truly do not believe this is going to go anywhere anytime soon. In my opinion, it's only just going to continuously get more and more adopted year after year. And Kaspa, in my opinion, is not definitely going to go anywhere. It's going to continuously get adopted. And it's nice to see that it was finally mentioned on national live TV in the US. Next, we have another hardware wallet that has announced that they want to integrate Kaspa, which is really, really awesome because I'm pretty sure Keystone Hardware Wallet is a fully 100% open source wallet. And I believe I talked to Coder Stuff in the past, and he said that he did want to integrate Kaspa on this wallet. So it is really nice to see that more hardware wallets are going to get on the Kaspa train and start integrating it. And I will be happy to hopefully get myself one of these wallets and show you guys how to add Kaspa on there and keep your Kaspa offline and off exchanges. Also, another wallet announced that they're going to start integrating Kaspa. They are called Cool Wallet. I'm not too sure about this wallet company. I did a little bit of research on them. It does not look like they are 100% open source. They're similar to Ledger, where they have some open source components and then some closed source components. So I probably would not be too interested in a hardware device that has that kind of aspect because I pretty much would only care about Ledger if it comes to having closed source and open source together. But Keystone for sure is going to be really good if they hopefully integrate Kaspa successfully with no bugs, because one key is 100% open source but has a few bugs with Kaspa, and I would love to see a hardware wallet that does not have any of those kind of bugs and is 100% open source. The Crypto Arena team has announced that there's going to be a Binance Live AMA with Kaspa, and this is going to be on the 19th of August at 1 p.m. UTC. And there's supposedly going to be a prize of $100 USDT in there. But if you do want to go ahead and see this AMA with Bitmo, this is the guest, and they're going to be talking about Kaspa. So really good to see that Kaspa is just going to get more attention and is getting more talked about with different people from different aspects and areas of the world. So also lastly here, we have an update from CPLEX, and they said this weekend CPLEX protocol will begin small scale testing on testnet 10. All KRC20 wallet development teams have been informed about the new KRC20 standards. A new computation layer has been introduced to the CPLEX indexer. Public testing will kick off once the RBF and fee estimation API are integrated into the wallets. And then you could read more on the progress here. And they basically made a website to see the CPLEX development progress. And you can kind of see what has recently been completed, what's still in progress, and what is still planned. So if you do want to check that out, the links to all of these posts will be down in the description, so you can go ahead and look into them a little bit deeper if you want to. But that's all I have today. Thank you guys so much for watching. And if you are interested in getting a Kaspa Tangent wallet, they have restocked these, and now there's currently 376 left that are available for pre-order, and the shipping will start at the end of August. This is a great way to hold your Kaspa offline and off exchanges. If you use the code Kaspa Silver at the checkout, you'll get 10% off, and I also receive a commission for this, and I greatly appreciate that because it does help support the channel. So thank you guys again so much for watching. Leave a like, subscribe to the channel if you guys are new around here, and as always, don't be average, be different.